Outside to the middle. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. He kicks it to Henson. Back to Antetokounmpo. Knocked loose. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Such a wide open look.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kickout's the only choice.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
A different look from Milwaukee. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Parks. And it's Udrih in for Michael Carter-Williams. Indiana. Here's Udrih. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Monroe is out there with Parker. And it's Udrih in at the one. And Monte Ellis the bucket on the assist by Stuckey. 6 points for Ellis. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pacers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Three-pointer. Milwaukee with the rebound. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And Ellis with the block. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Ellis can't get it to go. Bucks trail by 8. Here's Udrih, and it's blocked. And that'll be Milwaukee. As it goes out of bounds, Bucks retain possession. Allen's checked in for the Pacers. Indiana on D. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And the shot is good. 6 points for Greg Monroe.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Heat delivered quite a performance. He ended with 23 points, and as always, piling up rebound after rebound as well. It was a matchup that he took over, and he seemed to be able to do whatever he wanted out there. We'll see if he can sustain it, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Paul George grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
In the corner, Stuckey with it. The three. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got his third rebound tonight. Middleton. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists now tonight. While we have a moment here, let's reveal the teams that have been holding opponents to the fewest points this month. Second, the Pacers.
And they just points, and really I think it's the energy with which they play.
Josh Smith, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And the Pacers also making a change. Hill's checked in. From outside the arc, good.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. The pass to Middleton. Left side, Antetokounmpo. 5 on the clock. Screen by Monroe. Here's Udrih. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Udrih has got his first basket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. And it's blocked by Douglas. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And some changes here. And so we conclude the first.
Come on, Bradley Center. You.
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second half.
A nice chunk of our offense in the first half came from the low post. And one thing that should definitely do for us in the third quarter is open things up on the perimeter. We should have a lot of room to operate outside. Now I'll give credit where credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively.
There's no reason the lead shouldn't be even bigger right now. And I'm counting on you guys to make sure that it gets bigger, and soon.
And now, your Milwaukee Bucks.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at George Hill, he's really been playing well.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a win against the Miami Heat.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. Douglas in at center. Hill is out there with Ellis. Then there's Lavoy Allen. And it's George in at the small forward. Middleton against Ellis. Ellis off a pick from Douglas. Douglas with a screen on Middleton. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Ellis. Douglas has got the lead up to 12 now for the Pacers. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Knocked away. Douglas with the steal. And here we go. Ellis, that's good. Ellis has got 8 points.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Parker against Allen. And Parker, here we go. But they get it back. Again, Carter Williams missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now Douglas, 12 points for him. There's the three. And Indiana, another three.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all three of their shot attempts.
Bucks trail by 17. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Allen against Parker. Back to Middleton. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 8 points for Chris Middleton.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Over to the left wing. Outside, Antetokounmpo. There's the dish to Parker. Another miss by Parker.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Douglas against Carter Williams from 17 feet out. And again, it's Indiana.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Milwaukee shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Reno Udrih is checked in for Chris Middleton. Indiana also making some changes. Mahimi comes in for Allen. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Ellis. And so here is Indiana. Douglas with the screen on Antetokounmpo. And George with the stop.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfect designed and perfectly executed.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better be making some noise for your energy.
Bucks trail by 17. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. And it's Parker in the corner. Fires from 14, and he gets it to go. Parker's got his 2nd basket. Here's George. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And Freak throws it down.
And we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Antetokounmpo passes to Parker. And it's blocked by Douglas.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
George, no good. Bucks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Carter Williams with it. George picks him up. Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker, and the rejection by Douglas. Now here is Hill. He's guarded by Udrih. 1:30 left here in the 3rd quarter. Hill dishes to Douglas. 4 on the clock. Fires the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Outside, Antetokounmpo feeds to Udrih. Kicks it to Parker. From 12 feet out, rejected by Douglas.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
And the shot is good from Stuckey.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
And it's blocked. Here's George. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Udrih. And there's the feed to Parker. Another miss by Parker.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Carter Williams against George. Inside, it's deflected. Carter Williams, the shot misses.
And now your Milwaukee Bucks Gibson.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided different look for Milwaukee. Monroe's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Henson comes in for Chris Middleton. And Parker subbed in for Udrih. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Freaks checked in for Hill. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. Robinson's checked in for George. And it's Lawson in for Ellis. We've got Plumlee. Smith is out there with Jabari Parker. Then it's Greg Monroe. And it's Henson in at the four-man position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Carter Williams, the pass to Smith. Rejected by Douglas.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
They're very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Outside for Robinson. Wants to get it to Douglas and does. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Smith with a screen on Lawson. Now here's Carter Williams. Smith outside. Here's Inglis. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pacers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance, Clark. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And this victory tonight will even up the season series 1-1. Considered repayment for the last time these two teams met. They get their revenge here with 2 more left to play on the year against the Bucks.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Freak. And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Carter Williams, a screen on Hill. Stauskas dishes to Carter Williams. Off target with his 3. And so it's Indiana with it. Out to the right wing. Lawson outside. Down low. Here's Douglas. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That free throw good from Douglas. That one misses. Here's Vaughn. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This one was over well.
Well, Paul,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak.
How about the show Freak was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand and being as skilled as he is poses so many problems out there. But as modest as he is, he's not going to gloat even though he's having a great performance. He's going to just go right back out there, get to work for the next game.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Boston Celtics. Looking at Boston, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. One of the fun players to watch tonight, Isaiah Thomas. He was the last player selected from his draft class of 2011. But, Shaq, I bet GMs want a redo on that one, man. He can just dominate games offensively.
You know, he's not really tall. He's 6-something, not above 6'4", but this guy's fearless. You know, his speed and quickness of the release of the shot, he can get a shot anytime. And what I really like about him, he's gritty. He'll fight you.
If he's more than 5'11", I'd be
oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of Palestine.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come into town for this one. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Just off a road trip, the Pacers are back at home, winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
I think for the Pacers, this has been a terrible way for them to kick off their year. They have to find a way to get back on track soon before this season gets away from them.
Greg, it's really surprising to me to see them fighting just to stay afloat this early in the season.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley into his side. Jay Crowder out there with Amir Johnson. And it's Olynyk in at the 5. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. On defense, Boston outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know, the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You got to show some discipline.
Thomas with the ball. Johnson the screen, rejected by Douglas. Outside, George. Here's Allen. Makes it off the glass.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against Milwaukee.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense. Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
There's a screen. George. And it's George again missing.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Now here's Douglas. And Hill has it in the corner. Wants to get it to Douglas and does.
And that's how he made a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Pacers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. On the wing, George, defended by Crowder. Olynyk with the steal. Bradley drives in to the inside. Olynyk dishes to Thomas. To the middle. And it's blocked. Here's Hill running. He can go all the way. And that one's good.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Brad Stevens and I got a chance to talk for a bit. After taking the first matchup with them, he wants his team to be even more assertive on the offensive end. He told me, I feel we can have our way on offense. Get them into matchups that they don't like and find points that way. It's what helped in our first meeting. Let's see if they can do it again here, guys.
Appreciate the report, Doris. And guys, how does, their offensive strategy fit into this matchup?
I think it should make for an entertaining game. I love hearing coaches say their focus is on offense. That usually means we can expect some fireworks.
Yeah, and I know the fans love to hear that too. Just as I do, I love seeing some high-octane offense. I think it's bound to be a game played at a brisk pace.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in, and then for Boston, Jared Sullinger. Checked in for Olynyk. Turner comes in for Johnson. And Smart subbed in for Avery Bradley. Now, here's Thomas. 20 points for him last game against Toronto.
And don't forget his unbelievable steal total in that game. I mean, almost to the point they didn't want to bring the ball up the floor.
It's good. This game is all even. Thomas got 6.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
To the middle. Here's Douglas. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jared Sullinger.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Indiana shooting their first free throws here for the night. That free throw, no good. Indiana making some changes. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Hill. Mickey's checked in for Boston. He's off on the second. And Turner kicks to Thomas. Sullinger against Douglas. And it's blocked. Now Miles.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful jam.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. Clark, he was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
I would certainly hope not. I mean, you get that kind of opportunity with little resistance from the defense, you got to take it.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Douglas with a screen on Thomas. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 6. Smart, wide open, he fires. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Pacers have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Now here's Douglas. Defense right on him. Another shot, and he sinks the layup. Douglas has got 6.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Thomas. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Pacers leading by 8. On the floor for Boston. We've got Jay Crowder. Bradley is out there with Turner. Then it's Olynyk. And it's Mickey in at the 4.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Bradley. following the basket by Freak, and it's going to be a 3-second call. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks just played phenomenal. He finished 21 points and came out of nowhere defensively, swatting away one shot after another. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
They set the pick. Outside Turner. Clock at 6. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Stolen by George. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Full 24-second shot clock. And so it's Indiana with it. Indiana moving the ball around. Allen. The shot's good on the assist by George. Allen's got his second basket of the night.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Turner with it. He's picked up by Hill. Pass to Olynyk. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Douglas. Douglas has got his 4th rebound in this one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Outside Turner. Bradley is screen on Hill. Here's the screen. Here's Crowder. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
We got to be more physical. They are getting to the middle of the floor.
We've got 1:48 left in the first half of basketball.
Rotate over and make your presence
down
felt.
low. Here's Douglas. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Turner looking for his first basket still in this one. Off target from outside. Pacers leading by 12. And here's Douglas. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
Yeah, but I thought the shot blocking was the real story. I mean, he was just everywhere. It got hard to keep track of all his rejections.
Here's Turner following the basket by Freak. Trying his luck deep. Turner missing again. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside Hill. Launches it. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 4th assist in this one.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Turner. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Turner's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. The Pacers have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. Douglas can't hit.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Pass to Mickey. Dishes to Bradley. Lets it go from the wing. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And
the only accurate way to describe your interior defense was dominant. Were you looking to set a tone with all of those block shots?
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Douglas. He's got 14 points, and he has sent a bunch of shots in reverse.
And because of that, there's now a major intimidation factor working in their favor.
Douglas, he's in at center. Ellis is out there with Hill. Then there's Allen. And it's George in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Douglas has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Olynyk with the steal. Bradley against Hill. Bradley kicks to Thomas. And Allen with the block. Bradley against Ellis. It's stolen by Bradley. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. He dishes it to Olynyk. Thomas passes to Johnson. Baseline jumper. And good on the basket. Book it. Johnson's got his second basket of the night. Pacers leading by 14. Outside, George. He kicks it to Douglas. Ellis wide open. The three-pointer no good. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Crowder dishes to Johnson. Count that one. Johnson's got 6.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
George with no one around. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. 7 points in the game.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. There's 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. Celtics trail by 15. Feeds to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. No luck. Excellent D there from Hill.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And he gets it to go. That's now 8 points for Rodney Stuckey.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Bradley. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's the dish to Thomas. Sweet move. Shot is off. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pacers lead by 17. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Here's Thomas. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Boston, Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Tyler Zeller, and it's Thomas in at the point guard position. And the pass to Olynyk. Plenty of space. Pacers with the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And George kicks to Douglas. Back to George. Takes a 3. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. George has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pacers. Douglas with the steal. Passes it to Stuckey. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Boston on D, following the basket by Rodney Stuckey. Douglas setting the pick for Stuckey. Shot off the screen. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Left side, Turner. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Zeller against Douglas. 5 on the clock. And Zeller kicks to Olynyk. Let's go. And that one goes long.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Douglas the pass to Hill. Here's Allen. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Now here's Zeller. It's Bradley on the wing. No good again that time.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Time now for an injury report.
He told me that it doesn't look too serious. We're into the heart of the season now, and that's the last thing this team wanted to hear. That's going to make their winter just a little bit longer, guys.
All right, Doris, really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
And you know, I know everyone is rooting for him to make a quick and full recovery.
Absolutely. I mean, his teammates want him back out there as much as he wants to be back out there.
Now, here's Bradley. Following the miss by Rodney Stuckey. Bradley kicks to Turner. Knocked away. Douglas with the steal. Goes up.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And the basket by Hill.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Bradley with the ball. Rodney Stuckey covering. Thomas a screen. And the pass to Olynyk. Looking to get back on track here. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Move the ball.
Hill against Thomas. Hill dishes to Douglas. Outside, George. Stuckey kicks to Douglas. Misses the layup.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
A nice shot by Zeller. Now here's Stuckey. Douglas with the screen on Bradley. They set the pick. Stuckey kicks to Hill. And here's George for three. Zeller grabs the board.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Indiana.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin. Quite honestly, they were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And this victory tonight will even up the...
Oh!
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Poked loose. Zeller, a screen on Stuckey. Outside Bradley. Thomas gets a wide open look. Zeller, it's blocked, but they get it back. And the dunk by Olynyk. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Douglas with the screen on Turner. Indiana moving it around. Here's Douglas, and a strong finish with two hands.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. They won this game going away.
Well, Paul, what do you take away from
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak, with a strong double-double, points and rebounds. He was a force that was not going to be denied with his efforts both on offense and defense.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Indiana Pacers. For Indiana, they come in off a win in their last outing against the Celtics in Boston. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. Let's talk about small forward Chandler Parsons for just a second. He was a great find in the second round back in 2011. Got a big contract now, and Kenny, we go to you. Do you feel he's lived up and is living up to those expectations?
Well, he surpassed his expectations as a second-round pick, but getting a huge contract. He was a vital member of the Rockets before he went to Dallas, and now, you know, he's going to be a first-option scorer.
The crowd has assembled in Indianapolis, Indiana, looking for a Pacers win today. And we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers winning their last game against the Celtics. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided. Oh! He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I'll tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
On offense, here are the Pacers. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
An interconference matchup. Last season, they went 2-0 against this club.
And guys, when you've got two teams like these on the playoff bubble, every game matters. This should be a good one.
Outside Matthews. There's the pick. Parsons, right side. Nowitzki a screen. Shot clock at 5. And Parsons kicks to Nowitzki. McGee with no one around. No good from outside. On defense, Dallas outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities, and I think that was their Achilles heel.
Yeah, I agree. Hard to win games when every offensive possession is one shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Hill, no good.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Matthews with it. He's picked up by Hill, and Matthews kicks to McGee, and he drops in the way up off the glass. McGee's got his first points of the game.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. They set the screen. On the wing, Hill, a 3-ball. The shot's good on the assist by George. Hill's got his first 3 points of the game.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Barea, the pass to Nowitzki. Misses from close range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Over in the corner, Ellis. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk. Angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
George against Parsons. Here's Douglas. Power down with both hands.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
The Mavericks trailing. Up top, Barea. He's guarded by Hill. It's stolen by Hill. And oh, here we go with Hill. Nobody back. And that one's good. Hill's got 5.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Barea kicks to Matthews. And it's McGee atop the key. Here's Nowitzki. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
They set the pick, and it's Hill penetrating. And again, it's Indiana. Here's Barea. Last game he had 10 points. Puts one up from 19. Here's McGee. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
And here's a look at some numbers for George. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging 3 assists. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive powerhouse. He can just beat you in so many ways. Got to give it up for him. Much love.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Hill is checked in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for George Hill. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Rick Carlisle. Doris?
He said that one of the players are keying in on defensively is Rodney Stuckey, adding he loves to use his size and his strength to play bully ball inside and get himself to the line. We've got to be physical with him without fouling. Guys, that'll take discipline. We'll see if they can strike the right balance on defense.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here's Douglas. The layup off target.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And Matthews kicks to Williams. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Out left to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Nowitzki's shot is no good.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
And Freak throws it down.
And how about the footwork? Check out those moves in the post and then the sweet finish to go along with it.
Excellent work around the basket. You're right, G.A.
Left his man lunging and reaching for air. That was something else right there.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Freak's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Hill. George is checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Hill in for Ellis. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Nowitzki is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Matthews. Then it's Williams. And it's Barea in at the shooting guard position. Pass to McGee. Dallas moving the ball around. Kept alive. Here's Nowitzki. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low. Really difficult for them to defend.
George dishes to Hill. Fires it up. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Allen's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Pacers.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Pacers leading by 8. Matthews with a steal. To the middle. Here's Barea. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
From outside the arc. Goes up again, and it's finished off by Nowitzki as he lays it in. And now it's just a 4-point Indiana lead. For Indiana, they've gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Douglas can't hit.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And it's McGee with the jam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
They get it back. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
2 minutes,
1:57 left to play in the first half. Here's Barea, and it's sent back by Hill, and he gets it back. 6 to shoot. Williams with the ball, out defended by Freak. McGee, the pass to Nowitzki. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Indiana leading. 1:30 left to play here in the second quarter. The shot's good from Douglas.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. The Mavericks fourth.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the three.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. C.J. Miles comes in for Solomon Hill, and it's Ellison for Paul George. Pachulia, he's checked in for Dallas. Johnson comes in for Darren Williams. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics got down to business. He had 20 points and came out of nowhere defensively, swatting away one shot after another. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
Hill kicks to Ellis. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And now it's a 9-point Indiana lead.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
There's a screen. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Douglas. And so that's the end of the first half. Indiana out in front. They're up by 7. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Freak really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but, you never know. It could be a special night for him.
Douglas in at center. Paul George is out there with Lavoy Allen. Then there's Ellis. And it's Hill in at the guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Here's Douglas. Offensive rebound. Here's Allen. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Allen's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pacers.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Parsons dishes to Nowitzki. Excellent use of the screen that time. Nowitzki's got 10.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Hill gets a screen from Douglas. Outside Hill. The 11-footer. Again, Indiana.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They've generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
Offensive rebound, McGee. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in, and the second free throw, good. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Ellis outside. The feed now to Douglas. Goes up the baseline. Mavericks with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's McGee, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. McGee's got 9.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
George passes to Douglas. Outside for George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. A 3 from Matthews. But they recover it. Inside, and it's McGee with the jam.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
And George kicks to Douglas. Hill left side. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. And the Pacers lead by 6.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And it's McGee with the jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one.
Mavericks trail by 6. On the court for the Mavericks. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. J.J. Barea is out there with Johnson. And it's Pachulia in at the center position. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Johnson kicks to Pachulia. Clock at 6. On its way from Parsons for 2. The Pacers pull it in. Douglas has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the middle. Here's Ellis. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Pacer lead.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Off target from three-point range. Mavericks trail by 10. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Barea dishes to Johnson. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 3 assists tonight.
In the first half, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes. But finding themselves down now, they've started to cast up a lot more triples.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
All stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
You know, you don't like to foul, but if the alternative is giving up a dunk, it's an easy choice to make. I think it sets a tone for your defense around the rim. Make them earn it.
Both good from the line that time.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Nowitzki with the screen on Hill. Barea the pass to Nowitzki from about 19 feet. And that one swishes right in.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And George kicks to Mahinmi. And he goes in for the dunk.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Johnson dishes to Barea. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, it's a good strategy. Not only do you get points, but you also get to set your defense.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. He hits the second from the line. Pacers leading by 8. Outside, George pulls up. The rebound by Johnson.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 4 assists in the game. Pacers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Hill kicks to Douglas. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
Allen's checked in for Indiana. Dallas also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Tyler Johnson. McGee is screened. Here's Nowitzki. Rebounded by Douglas. Douglas has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Ellis outside. Douglas setting the pick for Ellis. Hill has the open look. Drills the three-pointer.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Barea with it. He's picked up by Hill. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He rallied the troops, saying nobody said it was going to be easy. They're not laying down. They're not going away. If we want this game, we have to take it from them. Kevin, plenty of fire in that speech.
Dallas again missing.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Douglas against Parsons. And stolen by Parsons. And now Parsons pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it's sent back by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Nobody near Parsons. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Hill passes to Douglas. Pick up by Hill. Matthews with the steal. Dishes it to Nowitzki. Williams with a clean look. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming to the court are your Eastmates.
And so it's Indiana with it. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Douglas. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
The inbound. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Nowitzki.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
George dishes to Douglas, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Nowitzki. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Nowitzki has been playing really well. He has 14 points and also a block shot. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor. And good, aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
And Freak throws it down.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home.
Yes, guys, I'm here.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He's racked up a double-double with points and rebounds tonight, and that made the difference. A terrific effort on both sides of the floor.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
The job he did down low was fantastic. That's right, fantastic. He had great understanding of the way the defense was set up in the paint. He had a ton of high percentage looks close to the bucket and converted every time. Nice game, real nice game.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan.
What's been the key to the team's success during the winning streak?
Oh, we're just on fire. And I mean on fire. And I gotta say, it feels good. Real good. It's all about winning games, and we're on a roll here. Tonight was just another great performance. You know, I love my teammates, I love the fans, so let's keep this train rolling.
Why do you think they had such a hard time keeping you off the glass tonight?
I'm just a beast, you know? Yeah, you guys like nicknames, right? So just call me the God of Glass, the Lord of Leaf, the Prince of Pounding the... All right, you know what? This is getting weird. Any of those is good with me, though, all right?
How is your relationship with the fans?
Oh, I love the fans. I mean, they're everything to me. Hearing them cheering, chanting my name, even holding up cutouts of my head sometimes. I mean, it's an unbelievable feeling. This team goes out there every night trying to win games for them. Trying to bring a championship back home for them. They feed what we do each and every game. And that's why I try to get out there and give back. Spend time with them when I can, show my appreciation. I love the fans, man. I love them.